we can say this because he's not here. Nate's ducking me. he he just wants me to keep going. He doesn't want to debate. He wants me to keep my run alive as the head-to-head champion right now. What's that? Is that 3 weeks in a row now for the head-to-head?
You didn't beat me twice. Don't do this.
No, but there was did we not do a week where we didn't do a head-to-head? Or am I losing it?
I don't. I think you're right. We didn't do head to head one week.
Yeah, so I think I'm now 3 weeks running. Now soon to be a month
That doesn't.
of the reign of Brand.
That doesn't count
Incredible.
at
Incredible
all.
run.
That does not count at all. Don't do that.
Welcome back to the Flight Deck Podcast. We kind of have a little bit of news. Pitchers and catchers reported.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody reported though for the Jays.
Yeah, it's a lot more than just pitchers and catchers. The whole damn team seems to be there. I think most notably, I would say, I don't know about you, but I think Alek Manoah showing up to camp and looking the way he does is probably the biggest story of the week.
30 pounds down
30 pounds.
in
That's
four
a lot of
months.
pounds, man.
In 4 months,
In 4 months, full beard, 30 pounds less.
little longer hair.
Looks good. Physically, I'm gonna reserve judgment on Alek Manoah's season until I see him throw at least an inning.
Yeah,
But physically, it does look like he did put in the work, which is good because that was a lot of what people outside of the organization were saying about him. So I think it's tough to say anything now. He looks good. He's done a good job. But yeah, stuff looks like it's coming out of his hand a little bit. There's not a ton to say on it. But Keegan Matheson was there. He said, first look at Alek Manoah. Comes along with the video. If you get a chance, look at Keegan Matheson's count because it is kind of interesting to see what's going on here. But I said, first look at Alek Manoah, who looks like he's trimmed down his body and more importantly, grown out his beard.
Grown out the beard.
The beard is thick.
There's a lot of good looking beards at this camp.
Don Mattingly in the background.
Don Mattingly has like
pretty nice.
The silver, like IKF has a beard again.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Like
IKF just looks so much better with a beard, man. It just makes more sense.
He looked like a child on the Yankees.
Him as a Yankee was just so lame. I hated seeing him barefaced. It just didn't make any sense.
But he's not worse. He was never worse than Odor without a beard. Odor without a beard, just that feels less way wrong. Worse. It feels
no,
right.
I'm just glad to see him back with it. It makes so much more sense. Scotty Mitchell tweeted out some day one Blue Jays camp notes, and here's where we got it. But Alek Manoah threw. Heard he's down roughly 30 pounds. He's scheduled to speak Friday.
That's wild.
Like, good for him, man. Way to put in the work. That's incredible. I am very intrigued to see what he has to say on Friday.
Oh, boy.
Obviously, by the time I get this out, he probably would have already spoke or he's scheduled to speak. So we can't speak on it, but I'm excited. And it'll be a full week before we get to talk about it. It's great.
Yeah.
Bowden Francis is built up as a starter, according to Scotty Mitchell. Final role is TBD. Now, I personally have him above Yariel on the depth chart.
You just don't like Yariel.
I think
you just don't like Yariel.
I just think Yariel's more built as a reliever. Is where I'm at here.
But
you don't know, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'll take the evil I know over the evil I don't.
It's also like in the most perfect world in a couple of years, you have Yari Rodriguez like making 30 starts, making $5 million a year.
Yeah, like ideally he's a way better starter, but I don't know. Based on like the makeup of Yariel Rodriguez and what I've already seen out of Bowden Francis, I just see Bowden Francis more as the depth guy in the majors right now. I don't think either of them are the 5-starter right now. I think if Manoah
it's Alex to lose.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Also from the same tweet, Jordan Romano focused on his delivery this winter, line to plate. It said velo spikes when delivery is right. So that's good.
That man's velocity was a roller coaster.
It's a mystery, dude. He's either throwing 100 or he's throwing like 92. It's
92, 93 and making it work. Like
he's always been good at figuring out regardless. So it's not too bad. I'm going to skip Cavan for a second because we'll get to it. Keegan Matheson also tweeted out on the pitchers, which kind of staying here. Yariel Rodriguez is expected to arrive in Florida as early as tomorrow, though it could take another day or two because of his visa issues.
Because the visas,
I
along with our third base,
that's a valid reason.
along with our third base coach,
I don't even know.
Carlos Febles.
Oh, I honestly don't even. I forgot who our third base coach
the guy
was.
that came from the Red Sox.
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot it wasn't Louis anymore, to be honest.
Yeah.
He also said that both Bowden Francis and Mitch White are being built up as starters. I wouldn't see why Mitch White wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Seems like a weird piece of news.
Mitch White not being a starter is just like, why are you here?
Mm-hmm. He says Rodriguez will have time to extend, but Francis and White are further along. That kind of just goes to my point a little bit. Like I think Yariel, at least for this season.
Oh, they've like I think they've said multiple times that like the expectation is he might start in AAA just to get innings.
Yeah, that sucks
because he hasn't pitched since the WBC last year.
Like, yeah, the gap or the layoff is tough, right?
Yeah, but
on to the biggest news, the most important news. The only news that matters in our world.
There's only one man. Thankfully, there was only one man that came into camp with an injury, but it's the most important man.
Thankfully, one. Least thankfully, it was our boy. Also, it's a great day to not have Nate on the podcast.
Yeah, man. Nate would be yelling in the streets.
He'd be trying to get us through this so quickly. This is going to be an hour-long segment on Cavan Biggio with left shoulder tendonitis.
Yeah, because that's just what Cav needs. Another issue with like upper body. That's just what he fucking needs.
I'm sure it's nothing. Like, Keegan Matheson again. Shout out Keegan Matheson, sponsor of this week's episode.
Yes, we are shouting out people. We are citing our sources, unlike somebody in Blue Jays media this week.
It ended up being proven false. In fairness. Because apparently he called him and talked to him, and he did also interview him. It just so happens that Ricky Tiedemann doesn't really have all that much to say.
Exactly. Okay, fair.
Kind of crazy. Anyways, Keegan Matheson says it sounds more like mid-February precaution, but he's not hitting live pitching on the field just yet. This is something that's going to be like a 3-day thing, and he'll be fine. Like I don't.
Yeah, that was like. You remember last year's spring training when Vlad missed a few days with like a wrist?
Yeah, and look at how that turned out.
See, but that's a wrist. Cav has always had issues with like his back and his neck and his shoulders for the last 3 years.
Hopefully, the year of Cav turns us around,
dude. He was gonna be a part of hot takes that I was gonna do, but I was like,
well, now he's got tendonitis.
Is a 750 is a tendonitis? I feel like
if I were to WebMD tendonitis, do you think you could tell me what it says without looking it up?
Okay. I was gonna look it up, but
no.
I got as far as tendon.
Look it up. I want you to tell
tendon,
me.
And it said tendinopathy, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, I got tendinosis. What is tendinosis? That's not what I want.
That's not what you want.
I want tendonitis. Okay. What is your guess on what tendonitis is?
Tendonitis. Oh God. I'm just gonna guess it's to where you're not like. It's kind of a constant pain depending on position of your so the area that you consider tendinitized or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
You know what?
Am I like in the ballpark at all?
It's not terrible. Like so tendonitis, according to my.clevelandclinic.org, tendonitis is a condition where the connective tissues between your muscles and bones inflame. So yeah, moving it in certain things would hurt.
Okay.
Often caused by repetitive actions, tendonitis can be painful. It can happen in your elbow, knee, shoulder, hip, Achilles tendon, and base of your thumb. Rest and avoiding strenuous activity help tendons heal. So he just needs some rest. It's okay. He'll be fine. He'll be back next week. Because 9 days from now is our first spring training game. You take that in. 9 days. We're gonna try and do our hot takes and our projections before spring training, but it's not looking good seeing as we're down a man. And we can't really do it. We can do it with two. We did it last year, but we don't want to do it with two. Like it's a little better when the three of us are here. I would think.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at. Does the Cavan Biggio tendonitis change your feeling about Kevin Biggio this year.
Like jokingly or seriously? Because there's very two different answers there.
You give me whatever answer you want.
All right. So before the tendonitis, I was like, oh, he's gonna win MVP.
MVP, yeah.
After tendonitis, All Star.
Just all-star level, right? That's what I'm thinking too.
It's like a
maybe not the starting even, third baseman this year.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
but like every all-star team needs a utility guy, right?
Yeah, Whit Merrifield.
There was a silver slugger for the util guy, right?
Yeah, I think Luis Arraez won it last year, and then
Cav's better than Luis Arraez.
I mean, yeah, dude, it was weird.
I'm so glad we don't have Nate to shoot this down.
I just saw I just saw a tweet thanks to a noted viewer of the show that has admitted to watching the show, Zach. Apparently, he's quote tweeting stuff, and people are like, "Yo, Kevin Biggio is gonna be a breakout hitter," and I'm like, "Excuse me." We're
sure.
Also, side note, small tangent. I hate the people. Don't do this, people. You could have jumped on the wagon last year when he actually had a good back half. But no, you're going to jump on it now. No, you're not allowed.
You know when you could have jumped on the Cav wagon?
I'm gatekeeping this bandwagon.
Way back when we were on the wagon.
I'm gatekeeping this bandwagon.
I don't gatekeep baseball, but I do gatekeep fandoms.
With the guy that has the picture of like a random at bat.
Do you know how many number 8s are sitting around us right now?
Yeah, there's.
They got one over here.
There's like at least 4 or 5.
His picture over there has one. Yeah, there's a jersey behind me. The hat above the jersey is signed by him. There's a lot of 8s hanging around in our background right now. So
yeah, if
get
anybody,
well soon.
If anybody that knows Kevin Biggio would ever watches this podcast, please know that we'd very much appreciate if Kevin could spare.
This is the Kevin Biggio and Nate
15 minutes of his time. That's all we would ask. It's 15 minutes.
I'd take more, but
fuck it. 50, dude, if we're lowballing it, 50 minutes.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. Where are we at? Everyone was speaking today, apparently.
Yeah.
Why not? It's the first day back. Videos are popping. People are talking. Ross Atkins. Now, this is the strangest quote.
It's a very weird quote.
I also wrote this one in by someone else. So Caitlin McGrath tweeted, Ross Atkins just met with the media and asked if the Blue Jays were still in a position to add players this offseason. He said, at this point, additions that would be of significance would mean some level of subtraction.
Which immediately brings me to your trading.
Yeah. Keegan Matheson also tweeted the same quote, but he added, now it makes more sense operationally for us if we consider an addition that we should be subtracting. Now, everyone seems to be going, oh, trade, just say trade. Not necessarily. Because I think if you sign Matt Chapman tomorrow, let's say.
Cody
Bellinger, either one.
Please.
Your roster's at 40. You're going to have to subtract from the roster.
We can just bring it up now. They did lose somebody because they just had to add somebody. They lost our good boy Swatto.
Pour one out for the Canadian kid.
Yeah.
It is tough. I did like Otto Lopez. I was really hoping he'd figure it out.
But when you just put out on like a piece of paper the depth of infield that's in front of him, it is psychotic.
And the problem there too is like every time that he got a chance, he was either hurt or playing like ass.
Yeah.
So it sucks. Hopefully he works out. It's San Fran.
He's like
right?
projected to. Yeah, he's projected to start on the opening day roster. So
that's hilarious. So good.
Love you, Swatto, but
yeah. Anyways, that is exactly the scenario I'm thinking, where you have to lose a guy from your 40 man, and realistically, I would say at least 37, 36 of the guys on the 40 man right now have a chance to break roster. Am I crazy for saying that?
Let me look it up. I feel like there's like 3 people as of right now that we know aren't gonna break. Like Mitch White is technically still on the roster. He's
not gonna break the camp.
He's not gonna break camp, but which means he's gonna have to get put on waivers.
Right.
There's also Wes Parsons. Wes Parsons is still on the 40 man.
Ooh, yeah, you're right.
Like
Hagen Danner's probably a guy we can say is not going to break camp just because of the depth.
Yeah. Zach Pop.
Brendan Little. Probably not going to break
Pop.
camp. Adam Mako, Zach Pop, thank you. Wes Parsons. So we're down to 35.
Zulueta.
Zulueta. You know what though? If Zulueta has a
If
good,
he has a really good, if he has a good spring, I think
like,
he
it's
can
put up
break
or shut
camp.
up time for Zulueta, I think. So it's
Yeah,
possible that he could break camp. Uh,
we know
when you get to the
Yariel's
position players, I think everyone, save for Leo Jimenez.
Leo. I feel bad for Leo Jimenez. Every time we're like, yo, Leo Jimenez is finally on the verge of doing something, they sign two more infielders,
Yeah,
or
like
like a
it's just
David Schneider pops up.
there's really not much room for him there. But like realistically,
Like,
Barger's
like
the only one you're questioning maybe on this list, or Relvis.
I think Barger, like, of making the team. Like, I
Of
think
being able to break camp with the team.
Clement maybe,
Well,
Horowitz
Clement was
maybe.
on the Clement and Horowitz were both on the bench to end last year. Like I'm not saying they're going to start, but
Okay, fair.
they
They
both
only
have a
have.
chance to be the bench guy.
It is still wild to me. They only have four guys on their 40 man that can play, like 44 outfielders on
Yeah,
their
that's it.
40 man, and
Yeah,
it's
they're. I don't think you have the quote in here, but
no, but they're gonna play Davis, and Davis is taking literally the Whit Merrifield role.
Davis spent the offseason trying to play outfield. So
Yes, and I think I have it on here. I didn't put it in, but they did mention something about a Relvis and Barger. Scott Mitchell did ask if to see if Relvis and Barger had a legit chance of cracking the opening day roster.
Mhm.
Atkins said they're ready for an opportunity, but it's an uphill battle. They
yeah.
need to rake in March and force the issue.
Mhm.
And you get Relvis is at second base a lot. He's already settled in there, and Barger is third base, right field.
Hmm.
So
So there's a spot there for him. Like,
I think Barger has a easier. I think Barger has a better chance of breaking camp with the Jays.
yeah, than a Relvis.
Yeah, just because of age, even like
True. Like
Relvis is
you
still.
can still give a Relvis time
Yeah,
to
Relvis
grow.
is. Wow, how old is he?
He's in a one.
He's my age.
Yeah.
Like Relvis is 22.
Yeah, he's young. Barger's
Barger's
24.
25, 24, like 24, 25.
He'll be 20. Yeah, 25 at the end of the year.
Yeah, so
So I mean, yeah, it's I can see a lot of guys on this roster making it. So back to my point,
there's not a lot.
you're subtracting from this. Like even the
Yeah.
guys that are not going to break camp, like if we're talking about a Relvis or Jimenez or Barger or Danner or a couple of the other names in the bullpen, like that's a subtraction from your team. Like that's a tough one to lose. Like you're
Yeah,
losing a guy you really don't want to right now, but that's bringing in a big name.
yeah, if you subtract three like
Mm-hmm.
mad to good guys for one really good guy,
Mm-hmm.
like it's one you're willing to make.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, this could also mean they're looking at trades and
Yeah.
bringing someone in would mean trading and blah blah blah. That's yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's strictly what he meant. And if we've learned anything from Ross Atkins over the last couple of years, it's that this guy
Press
doesn't tell you what he's thinking
press
ever.
conferences and
They
words
don't
with
mean
Ross
shit.
Atkins
They
mean
don't mean
jack and
shit.
shit.
I really
So
don't care when that guy talks because it never matters. He never says anything of meaning. It's all like lawyer talk where he just says something surrounding what you want to hear and you come away with no information.
pretty
Like
much.
there's never a time where he's going to come up to the media and be like, "Yeah, we're going after Cody Bellinger." It's not
I
going
mean,
to
I
happen.
feel like if anything, he'd be like, there was a lot. It literally verbatim, he'd just be like, there's a lot of guys we looked at
Mm-hmm.
like that could help us on the high end of talent.
We're happy with what we have here.
We're happy with what we have here, which is basically saying we tried to get Cody Bellinger. He's a Boris client, so he wanted like $200 million plus, and it's like
It's too expensive.
fuck
We're happy with what
you.
we have. We're staying internal. Like that's all he's ever going to give you, and that's all he gave you here, realistically.
And
Like,
also,
well,
like, I know this sounds dumb after the last couple months that we've had of, oh my god, we're almost going to get a Shohei. We should get Bellinger. We should get like next free agent class. That's a really good class. Like,
well, we were also in on possibly trading for Soto, right? And Soto is now not going to cost you anything next year.
To bring him in.
Yes, as long as he doesn't sign with the Yankees.
It's going
But
to cost you
he's going to cost you a lot of money.
money,
Yeah, but like you're not losing pieces in trying to go out and get Juan Soto.
And even on like Alex Bregman, from everything I've been seeing, they're not really close on a deal.
No, so it's possible. Also a Boris guy.
Also a Boris guy. But
so he's not going to get the deal.
He's a former teammate of George Springer. If George Springer has any pull.
Yeah.
I would like an Alex Bregman on the Blue Jays, but
I just don't like Alex Bregman very much personally. Yeah, basically they're back. It's kind of fun seeing videos of people showing up again, and
we're here.
It's like first day of school all over again. It's so cool.
Dalton Varsho running up to the camera to hug it.
Yeah. A lot of fun. Uh, the Blue Jays announced. I don't. This is like the worst kept secret of all time, but they are
Yeah.
officially getting City Connect jerseys.
Do you want to just talk about the entire league jersey stuff now?
Yeah, you know
Because I
what?
feel like
Since
you
we're
could
on it,
just, yeah. So the Jays were one of 9 teams that got announced for City Connects.
Mhm.
They are. It is the Jays, the Rays, the Cardinals, the Phillies, the Mets, the Twins, the Guardians, the Dodgers, and the Tigers. So the Dodgers get a second one
Ah,
before the Yankees and A's get one. Period.
I didn't even take that in.
So the
Huh.
Yankees, I guess, if there's any two teams that I could be like, I could see why you wouldn't get a City Connect
The Yankees, I get.
on the two spectrums of like on the two complete opposite ends of why you shouldn't get a jersey.
Yeah,
It's the Yankees are
they're never changing.
meh, and the A's you don't fucking deserve one.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm sorry, we're not sticking Brett
Nobody's gonna
Rooker.
buy them.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the
Like
point?
dude, I'd buy a Dallas Braden one, and he's fucking commentating. Like,
Yeah, I think the Yankees is a Yankee decision where it's like
mm-hmm.
we don't want to do anything.
Like
I think the
the
A's is a
A's is
league decision where it goes, why?
yeah, just why. I mean, we've already seen one of them,
Hmm.
maybe a leak of the Philly one.
I think so.
Like it was a weird leak that came out, but Brant, what do
Maybe.
you want for the Jays? First off, what color?
Oh, I'm so torn. I
I
like obviously a black one would be cool. I'm not gonna sit here and tell
yeah.
you the black one wouldn't be cool. I think there's a way to do the black jersey to make it look really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's the direction they're gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind a white like throwback
See,
with the pullover. I think Jordan Chichelli said this,
yeah,
and she brought up something similar. And like, fuck, that's actually not a bad idea.
dude.
With like the
Yeah.
throwbacks to where they had like the pullovers, kind of like how the Nationals are doing this year. I'm like, I think those could be done really well. They don't have to be the exact same, but like a similar design with like a
Yeah.
little more modern feel to it. I'm like, you could really do something cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in most likelihood, we're probably getting a Navy jersey.
Which I wouldn't mind.
I'm okay with it. You can do it.
Honest,
You can do it well.
just hear me out when I say this. This is an idea that I
Almost.
came up with in 10 minutes.
Hmm.
Picture, just close your eyes real quick, Brant.
Okay.
Picture the new blue jersey.
Okay.
Flip it. Flip the colors. What is navy is
Hmm.
now new blue. What is new blue is now navy. Replace the current logo with the black jersey logo.
Hmm. What color is the logo?
I feel like the logo would have to.
Like the new blue in there? I don't know. That'd be a tough one. You had
It'd
me
be
for a while. I don't
like
know if we can bring that logo back.
I
I want the Flexi J.
oh, the T Bird.
Yeah, I
Make
want
that the
that one
hat.
back.
Make that the hat at least, please.
Like
Like,
the I don't know how to describe it. I'm just gonna show it, and if you're not watching on YouTube, I'm
yeah, just
sorry.
the
But
flexing
yeah,
bird
that
from
one.
like
I
the
want the
early.
flexing bird somewhere. I now let's get serious. They're gonna do a navy blue jersey.
Yeah, and
It's gonna
it's gonna
say
be
the 6 on there
it's gonna be
somewhere.
navy blue and red because Canada.
Oh, puke. It's gonna say the 6 on it. If it's not red, it's gonna be navy blue. I think red is also a
Yeah,
good chance. But it is the City Connect, right? So I feel like
yeah.
maybe they'll just go Toronto base. So where that's where I'm getting navy. It's
No fucking OVO, please.
not the black and gold. Like it's a good look, but it's so overdone.
The
It's just not
Raptors
worth it
have played
anymore.
that shit out for
Hmm.
like at
Hmm.
least
We're
8
done with it.
years. Like,
We're done with it. Um, I think it. I cannot get away from the fact that I almost guarantee it's gonna say the 6 as the chest piece logo.
yeah.
I'm almost guaranteeing it.
I'm almost also instead of the flexing bird like we would like on the hat,
Hmm.
guaranteed in some way, shape, or form the CN Tower is going to be incorporated in
Hmm.
the hat.
Yeah, I'm with you there
Like
too.
if it's good though, I'll. But the real question is, Brant,
Hmm.
are you going to buy it? Because MLB is in
Oh, it's bad.
some shit right now with these jerseys.
Man.
So if anyone hasn't seen, their MLB has been putting out like they have a new like a new type of jersey that's designed to be more like for performance and like it's more breathable and everything. Because apparently, Brant, did you know that they used these at the All Star
The
game
All-Star
last
game,
year?
I heard. I didn't know before. Like yesterday, but I did hear this.
And there's like, and like I'm like, okay, that's, and they had the video of the players being like, it's super breathable, it's
Sure.
light, and I'm like, that's fine, that is perfectly fine. But some of the changes they made just make it look like a, I'm gonna call you out here, Brant, like a DH Gate jersey that Brant would buy.
I've
As
got
the
jerseys
real,
that look better than those
as the real,
ones
like
in my
exactly,
fucking closet right now.
like
It's
the have you, you obviously saw the picture
actually,
of
in
the
fairness,
Cardinals
every
jersey.
jersey you can see right now, not DH Gate. So
Yeah, it's fair, fair enough. But did you see the Cardinals jersey picture one?
I don't know if I did.
The Miles Michaelis jersey?
I might have.
It looks, dude, how did they
I
ruined one of
think
the
it was
nicest,
Kopech. Kopech was
the
bad
Kopech.
too.
Did you see the like there's a
The
picture,
Verlander one's really
the
bad.
Verlander one is really bad because one of the biggest issues now is they over
It's
curve
like a
all of the
rainbow.
names. They over curve all of the names. So you had on the Astros ones, you had Justin Verlander's like name curved to the point where like the beginning and the end of his name were touching the numbers basically. That's not even a long name.
No,
What is Isaiah Kiner Falefa gonna look like?
it's gonna be a
What is
circle around the
what is
7.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gonna look like?
You know what's super exciting is our Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Holy crap, I'm gonna struggle with that name all year. Isaiah
IKF.
Kiner Falefa
IKF
merch that we're putting out.
is
That
gonna
we're
look better. That
it. I'm just putting his name in a circle around the number at this point because it's fucking ridiculous.
yeah, man. Like, and also another, like I said this to you in our group chat earlier, another
Mm-hmm.
change that they made that makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
They put the MLB logo under the collar
Mm-hmm.
on the jersey now.
Mm-hmm.
Like why?
They're gonna fix this. I think. I think by
They
the
need,
time we get
dude.
to the regular season, everything is gonna look way better.
Like
If the material of the jersey is good, great. So
that's
I
fine. Like
don't know
that's
why
fine
you
for
had to
them.
change the names.
You didn't need to over curve the names. You didn't need to move the logo on the collar. Like the names also just look smaller. Period. Like on the jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't look right. And like they even put like I think Fuzzy put on an image of Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s name like jersey at last year's All Star game.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, his name is touching his numbers.
Yeah.
Like
I don't really understand this whole thing.
that's a
Why does it change the name, the orientation of the name? Like, what does the performance feel of the jersey have to do with the changing of the name? I just don't get it.
yeah, and like they've already basically shown that the jerseys are now heat pressed. The names and
Yeah,
logos and
sore
everything
last year's though.
is like, but they look bad heat pressed. Did you see
Mm-hmm.
that Brewers jersey that Jordan Ciccelli put out?
I don't think so.
Oh, I got it, dude. It's genuinely. It looks like you put like a jersey in the wash
Mm-hmm.
and left it there for too long, and you pull it out and it's just like peeling. Like
Yeah, in fairness though, like so the Jano one I have sitting right there, it was done at the J shop and it's a heat pressed one, and I don't, I can't really show you on camera with it,
yeah,
but
but
the inside of the 9 is all like peeling out, but they fix it for free, which is super cool. But
okay, yeah,
like I've had it a year.
mm-hmm,
Like the jersey's not old, and
mm-hmm.
it's been doing that. I hate that they've gone to the heat pressing of things now. Like the actual stitching of the numbers is like designed into the thing. Like it's not stitches. It's just like
Yeah,
it's in
and
there and it's
and
stupid.
do you want to know the funny thing right now? This Brant, you can tell that I'm currently wearing a jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want this is MLB and Fanatics.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's Fanatics makes the MLB jerseys.
Right.
Fanatics also makes the WWE merchandise. This is
Mm-hmm.
a jersey, a WWE merchandise jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in here is stitched,
Right.
and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like Emmett,
Why can't you? I don't know.
like, and also there's more design on this
Mm-hmm.
than the fucking like. There's an
Mm-hmm.
entire side of a goddamn American flag.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't know, man. It shouldn't be this hard.
just you
It's
fucking.
bad. I hope to God that these City Connects look really good by the time they come out. That's all. If they do, then yes.
So,
To answer your question,
again,
I will be buying
on top of that question,
one.
who's the name? If you're buying a name on the back,
I gotta get another cab, no?
I feel like I do too.
Like I've got a white. I've got a blue.
I've
I've
only
got
got
a bad new blue.
yeah. I've only got the blue right now, but I feel like if I go to the ballpark, I gotta
Mm.
if there's Cavs jersey, I gotta get like a white Cav or a new blue Cav.
I'll never own a gray.
No,
So
I won't
it's
either. That's
I'm
the
not
only one I
gonna,
don't
yeah,
own currently is the gray.
I don't like
Like
the gray. Um, but I don't know. I could maybe go Barrios. I think it'd be a cool one. I don't have a Barrios
yeah.
one yet.
I don't have a I was gonna buy. I remember this. I went to the ballpark last year for my birthday. I was gonna buy a Varsho, but
Mm,
they didn't have the new blue in the Varsho, so I
lame.
got a new blue Kiermaier, which thank God he came back
Yeah,
because
that's a
that
tough one.
jersey was
Trying to
like
think.
the
There's not.
choices. Like yeah, I think
It's a real sensitive time to buy a jersey if you're a Jays fan.
yeah, man.
Because who do you go with right now?
I mean,
Like
other than like
even like
you have a good bit of options, and like you have none at the same time.
I'm just scared. Like because you have Bo and Vlad, obviously
Bone
they're
Vlad,
always the go-tos, but they could very well be gone next year,
yeah,
and they could definitely be gone the year after that.
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm like it's a
You
2-year
have
jersey at that point.
you have Yusei Kikuchi for just this one more year, or after this one.
Is
Or
this
no,
Jano? This is Jano's last year of ours
this is
too, right?
Jano's technically last year. Is
Mm-hmm.
Jano's going into free agency? I think Yusei's
Mm-hmm.
also going into free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Bassett's only here for one more year after.
Mm-hmm.
Gosman, I think, is
2.
two more after this one.
Mm-hmm. Springer's got
Um,
2.
Springer's got two. Uh,
Who else is on our team?
Varsho's guaranteed here for four
Jordan
more years.
Romano is the end of this year
No, I don't think he's that
or
close.
next year.
I think he's 2-3 years away.
We came up the same year as Bo and Vlad, so next year I would think.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of safe ones. Jordan Romano would be a cool jersey, I think. But
Davis Schneider, I guess, is like a
Schneider's a fun one,
you want
depending
to
on how
get
his
in on
season
early,
starts.
like
You could always go Ricky Tiedemann, but you also don't know what number he's going to wear, so that could get ugly fast.
yeah, because he could wear 1, he could wear 31, like
So who knows? Yeah, interesting stuff.
yeah.
What do you think's going to go on this jersey? I didn't really ask.
I just hope it's good.
Oh, me too. I'm
Dude.
hoping we don't
Like,
end up with like the bottom end of these
this
jerseys.
is, I mean, we talked about this before. I think this is a goodbye. I hope it's goodbye to the Grays because there's a jersey limit.
It won't
I
be.
hope it's goodbye to the Grays, man.
I also hope it's goodbye to
Just
the Grays,
wear
but it's
the
goodbye to the
dark
Reds.
blues on the road, man. Like,
Mhm.
just make that your every
Mhm.
road game jersey.
Mhm.
Like,
You have enough different colors that you can wear whatever you want.
You do it enough as is. Like,
Yep.
but
I don't need the grays, but some people love the grays, and I don't understand.
I do hope it goes navy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just what's the other accent colors in it? Like,
Yeah, I think you could do navy, like you mentioned, like navy with the new blue accents. I
just
think
flip
could
the
look really
colors.
nice.
Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It could look really good.
And then actually go like OG, like you were saying, or like go like that. What you're the jacket you're wearing, like that logo with the new colors. Like,
because it's really not that different than like your current logo. It's similar,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. So,
I think there's ways to do it. I don't know.
for sure.
I'd like to see it be a pullover too. I think that's a cool idea.
That would be another.
I think the Nationals kind of paved the way with that.
Also, that national jersey is just really nice.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I want white pants. I would like to make that clear. I don't want pants that are the same color as the jersey. I fucking hate it.
Am I alone in just saying take a page out of Team Cuba and just say fuck it?
Oh God, no, we're not doing that.
Dude.
No. I don't want colored pants. I want white pants. That's it.
Dog. Imagine a navy jersey. Fucking a navy jersey that gradients into red pants.
No.
I think the only time that like if you're doing a color with a jersey, the only time keeping the pants the same color is good is like black. Like
I don't like the black.
I don't
like the Orioles look right now.
You don't like the Reds?
They needed orange pants. The Reds is okay.
Yeah, but the Reds is also all black pants.
I think the Reds would have looked better with white pants. I don't like the colored pants. White pants just makes so much more sense to me. I don't know. I just don't want. We're gonna end up with like fucking navy pants, and I hate like the Dodgers outfit. I hate it. I'm so glad they're getting another one because the one they have right now
No, but
sucks.
they what's it called? They did use those the jerseys last year, but they wore the
With the
white
white
pants.
paint, right? Because it's the better thing to do. It just makes so much more sense.
Also, that shit would get hot fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like
The the Nats have white pants with their jerseys, right? They don't have gray. I can't remember.
the Nats with their
With
road
their with no with their cherry blossoms.
that are leaving sucks.
Yeah, that's just...
I think it was cream pants, if I'm not mistaken.
That's fine. They're like a whitish.
Yeah, it was white adjacent.
We're always here for cream. We're a cream pod.
I hate that's somehow magically still our group chat name is hard spot for cream. Like
I forgot.
I
Yeah.
get it every time.
Yeah. We got anything else on the Blue Jays? The Yariel Rodriguez deal. I guess we
Yeah, that
mentioned him a
finally
little bit earlier.
he's it's not a 4-year deal like originally announced. It's 5 years.
It's a
It's
good deal.
4 with a 5-year with a 5th-year option.
Mm.
So that's something. So it's 4 years with a 5th-year player option valued at $6 million.
Mm-hmm.
If Yariel declines, it's like a Chad Green thing. If Yariel declines, the Jays then have a club option at $10 million. So
Yeah,
that's that. 100K, $100,000 bonuses this year for 60, 70, 80, and 90 innings pitched. And then shows how both sides view his potential usage in 24. And he has been giving no promise of an MLB roster spot, I think this year, but
maybe next year.
but according to Scott Mitchell, he's told Penn is preferred over AAA.
Oh, he said that. Okay, good.
Yeah,
I fucking hope so.
Penn is yeah. So he'll
Good.
be in the pen. Like if worst case scenario, Alex sucks. You don't get what you want need out of Mitch White and Bowden Francis, and then you need Yariel to like go down
Be
to
the
AAA.
emergency guy.
You need Yariel to go down to AAA to be like, all right, you're still starting. Best case scenario, you have Alek Manoah. You have
Bowden Francis looks great.
Mitch White is a serviceable.
He can play.
He's a serviceable 7,
mm-hmm.
And then Yariel just joins your bullpen,
and then he's like your 6-7 inning guy, and it's fantastic. That is what I want from this. This is my point.
He's like 7th, 8th inning guy making $5 million a year. Like
fantastic. That's incredible. Like you're not beating that anywhere.
Yeah.
So, I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we would pop in our debate.
Yeah, but
Nate's dodged it 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
I still haven't done any research on it, so it's I'm gonna have 3 weeks of research to do.
You don't fucking do any research. You're gonna say this. You have a month of research, and it's just a sentence being like, "Oh, they suck because they suck."
Yeah, that's it.
Drop the mic.
It's gonna end up being. I'm still gonna end up losing this one because I'm gonna forget to talk about anything. Whatever.
Yeah, sure.
However, I hope you're still interested. Connor and I.
I'm gonna suck, but yeah.
Big walk-up song, guys.
Yeah, but
we've
like
made their
current
clear
walk-up song, guys.
Yeah, well, you can use current one. You know, like formers, some formers.
I know some, but
all right. Well, then I'm gonna dice you apart in this draft. But
yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna take a lot that are just like you remember for a moment.
That's okay.
For like a thing. Okay,
that's fine. I'm cool with that.
All right.
I have reasons for mine too that I have in my head.
Oh, you better not take because knowing you'll take one of the things I'm thinking of.
It's possible. I think I've got enough to do 10. So I think if we do 5 and 5, we'll be fine. Yeah, I've got a lot.
I got a lot of current, but okay.
I don't have a ton of currents. I gotta be honest. We
haven't explained to the people what we're doing.
Sorry, we're gonna do. We kind of got into it, and I got sidetracked. There's a squirrel. So yeah, we are doing a draft because we haven't done a draft in a while. Actually,
I think the last one we did was the fictional
characters, right? That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, that ended with Nate fucking dummying us
cheating.
And taking a video game character based on a real person.
Cheating. Yeah. We haven't done one since. We've been doing a lot of head-to-heads, and they take up a lot of time. So now that we can't do a head-to-head because there's 2 of us, we figured go back to the roots. We got a 2-man pod. We'll do the 2-man draft.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do walk-up songs all time, any team, doesn't matter.
Yes.
We are drafting. I didn't do a randomizer.
Like...
We hold on. Random order generator.
Let me pull up my.
Uh, I'm always I swear I've forgotten to do this every time we've done one of these. That's okay. Do we want to do one go or do we want to do like a set number
What do you mean?
for this
Just,
randomizer?
just go.
Just
Just
one go?
whatever. Doesn't matter.
One go. I'm first.
Okay, that's fine.
Um, seeing as it's only two of us, do we want to just go back and forth or do we do snake? I can't remember what we used to do.
I feel like we just went back and forth.
That's what I think it makes more sense, right? Like snake on a
Yeah.
2-man draft is kind of tough.
Yeah, because it's
Okay. My 1-1 is the easiest 1-1 of all time because it is the hardest walk-up song of all time. And I remember it vividly for his entire run of dominance when he was with the Tampa Bay Rays. In
where I thought you were
no,
going.
when the rest of the team was ass, and there was one man that came up to bat in that stupid ass dome that made everything echo. And Evan Longoria would come up to the plate to down and out by Tantric. And let me tell you, that walk up song goes harder than any walk up song of all time. Unbelievable. Easily the 1-1. Easily. I could have got it later, but I don't care.
Is
I
it?
needed that to be
Is
1-1.
it easy 1-1?
Oh,
Okay.
dude.
We'll
We'll look it up after the podcast. I promise you. Especially in the Trop when he was the only good thing about the Rays and you hear that song and it's just like, ah, shit, Evan Longoria.
Okay, that's fair.
So hard.
So from a time of everything being shit around one person,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go to the complete opposite. Everything being great around this one person for a very long stretch of time. It is the what I thought you were gonna go with de facto 1-1. Enter Sandman by Metallica.
Yeah, it's good.
So
That was my two.
I'm just gonna do that. Like,
Yeah, no, I do. I Enter Sandman also works real well. I liked it. It's obviously like one of the most iconic walk-up songs of all time for a reliever.
yeah, but
Um,
that's what I was also another thing I was gonna ask you is like, are we counting walk-ups?
yeah,
Like,
like relievers
relievers
and stuff too. Yeah, that's fine. I had so many in my head before, and now I'm just trying to order them in a way that you're not gonna take them.
Okay.
You know what? It's a newer one, and it's become legend.
Don't you do it? Don't you fucking do it? Don't you do it? If it's what I think it is, don't you do it?
Since we're talking about closers.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
No. Edwin Diaz might have the greatest entrance
It's
in MLB history.
Narco by Timmy Trumpet.
Mm-hmm. And Timmy Trumpet literally played it on the field for his entrance one time, and I think I might even just take that version specifically, but like
but
it goes so
it was
hard,
funny,
man.
Because Timmy Trumpet was there. Like Timmy Trumpet came in for one day.
Mhm.
Edwin didn't pitch that day that he was originally supposed to play it. So Timmy Trumpet had to stay an extra day in New York to do it.
It's so brutal. I just like I had to have some modern in there. Yeah.
You know what? So I'm just gonna follow you with modern.
Mhm.
It's not because it's a great song. It's mainly because it's the player and the moment.
Okay.
This man in a playoff run had one of the most had multiple legendary moments.
Okay.
I'm taking. You probably don't know the name of said song.
Okay.
But when you hear it, you'll know it.
Okay.
Bring Sally up.
Oh, it's fucking Sally Flower.
Down. Flower. Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Flower by Moby.
That's a good one. I do like Bryce's walk-up song. And like, you scared me for a minute here because I'm also going with a playoff run song that united a nation.
Oh, this doesn't count if it's what I think it is.
What do you mean it doesn't count?
That's not a walk-up if it's what I think it is.
Oh, no.
Oh,
it's definitely not what you think it is.
The
2019 Washington Nationals went on the craziest run that you could go on. Just a team of superstars and nobodies with the nobodies pulling the work. And no bigger nobody on that team had a walk-up song that united a fucking crowd.
Oh,
like Gerardo Parra's Baby Shark.
Fucking Baby Shark? Oh my.
The whole crowd giving you one of these.
That?
Oh my God. Nothing beats it, dude.
That?
It was the greatest run of walk-up music I've ever heard, man.
A Baby Shark.
Not a great song. Kind
Okay.
of stupid, but the greatest walk up I've ever seen.
Okay.
Look it up.
Um. Oh, I was gonna take that, but I think I can get it. I think I
Mm-hmm.
can get it later because um. This isn't the one that I'm taking, but apparently Jonas Cespedes used the Circle of Life from
Oh,
the
really?
meeting.
Cool, because his nickname was Simba, wasn't it? No, that's or Andrelton Simmons. Never mind.
Yeah. Um. Fuck you, get Jonas Cespedes and Alec. Never mind.
I don't know where that came from,
Um.
honestly.
Great song, even better
Oh,
player,
I know what it was.
Hall of Fame player. Uh, as the white folks say, notorious Big Papa, David Ortiz.
Oh, was his Big Papa?
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
didn't know that. That's a good one. I didn't know that. This is a little homegrown. Where are we at? 4?
Yes.
Wow, we
Oh,
blew through this draft.
did you just say homegrown?
Little homegrown. I don't know. It might not be yours. Um, back when baseball was good here, wasn't that long ago, but back
It's
in
still good. What do you? It
it
is good
wasn't.
now.
It was way better in 2015 when we had the MVP on our team, and he would come out to the "In the Air Tonight" drum solo to start it, and it's just dun 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 dun, and it's just Josh
Okay.
Donaldson, and it was honestly like at the time. It was just super cool to hear the drum solo, and then
Okay.
Donaldson, who was just raking at the time. It was just
Dude,
perfect. Couldn't be beat.
the him walking up with that drums and then hitting that 3-run shot, that walk off shot against the White Sox,
It's so sick, dude. I just
was ridiculous. Um, you know what? I'm gonna take something that is current on the Blue Jays.
okay.
Now, while I don't listen to the song often,
Mm-hmm.
other than the fact that it just gets you moving.
Mm-hmm.
If only you could
Mm-hmm.
hear it for longer. El Mechon. I'm taking El Mechon. If you don't know who, that's Alejandro Kirk. That's Alejandro Kirk's walk-up song.
It
El
is
Mechon.
electric.
It's great. Also,
I'll give you that.
also Sergio Romo used it when he was here for
Mm-hmm.
that 1 week, and you actually got to hear all of it. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so
Um,
last pick for you, Brant.
I do. Since you mentioned the White Sox, it's not my pick. But I don't think it'd be your pick either. But there was it was in one of the opening weeks of the year. We played the White Sox, and they had a coach at the time that like anytime the team would make a good defensive play or something, he'd blow this whistle. And Josh Donaldson that was pissed off about it for some reason because it's just
Oh, and
Josh
then he
Donaldson.
used
He
he
gets pissed
used
off.
blow he used
And
blow the
then
whistle.
the next day he used "Blow the Whistle" as his walk-up song, and I'm like, oh, that was
That's
really
great.
good,
That's
but it
really
wasn't
good.
good enough to make the list.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that whole story just blew
Yeah.
my thoughts out of my head. But trying to think of who was, who had a really good one, but I don't want to use him is Roberto Osuna. He used "Don't Panic," but I think it's French Montana, isn't it? No.
Oh, that song. It's like I think it's French Montana, like 2 Chainz. I think.
Yeah. Uh, either way, it was electric. Just like, oh,
Is that your pick?
no, it's not. I can't fucking put a Roberto Osuna on my list.
Don't panic. Don't panic. We just getting started. No, don't panic.
Also, Jan Gomes had a great one when he was here. It was the Pitbull remix of "I See Tu Pego."
Oh Jesus.
It was electric.
Also, just take your boy, current day Blue Jay.
It's so good.
Espíritu Santo, ven, ven,
That goes hard.
ven.
No, you know who else had a good one? Was Trevor Richards with "Good
Oh,
Vibes."
yeah, I still have that on my playlist, and I hate that he changed it.
Ryan Baraki also had a good one. He
Okay,
used
make your pick before we.
the other one. What was it? Bieber and Kid Leroy, whatever that song was.
Oh, stay. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta go. I know there's better ones out there, and I'm gonna be pissed when I think of it. But R.A. Dickey used the Imperial March as his as his walk-up song.
I feel like Imperial March would be so much better with a closer.
Yeah, but it was just
Like
it
it'd
was
be,
so fitting for R.A. Dickey.
yeah, just the old man who looks like he plays a shit ton of D&D in his
This guy
spare
goes to
time,
Comic-Con in the off season for fun.
just
Like
dressed up
he
like Obi-Wan
does
Kenobi.
cosplay. Like
Like,
he's showing up as like he does like Chewbacca costumes where he like actually glues hair to himself and
yeah,
makes himself look like a
and
Wookiee.
just
Like he
grows, just
looks
keeps
like
the
that
beard.
guy. Yeah,
But
no, he
yeah,
looks it made a lot of sense. So I had to
yeah.
go that one.
Um, hmm.
we're missing so many. I promise.
Trust me, we are, and I'm fully aware. Like we could
Mm-hmm.
be here forever.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. Nah, you know what? I'm taking another Blue Jays one. It's
Okay.
too good.
Mm-hmm.
Butterfly Effect, George Springer.
Yeah, I thought
It's
you were going to take that
so
earlier.
it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I thought that's where you were going when you said, what do you call it? Alejandro Kirk.
dude, Butterfly.
It's
Blue
so
Jays fan. I'm playing to the crowd here. Blue Jays fans, we love George Springer. Some
good.
days his walk up song is beautiful.
So good, man. Oh,
But his life I cannot change.
it's just like the way that it's just like the way it sounds in the stadium too sounds it sounds so good. It was great in 2021 when he was just
When
unbelievable too.
he
Oh,
that the 3 weeks that it
that
felt like we were home every week, every day.
yeah. Yeah. The Boston game when he hit that homer, I think I listened to that song for like a week straight.
Yeah.
It was just oh my god.
Because it's weird because that run where we played Kansas City,
Mhm.
like Cleveland and Boston,
Mhm.
that felt like it was like over like a month, and that was like a week and a half. Like,
That's crazy.
he won two player of the months in like the same two player of the weeks
It
in
was
the
so
same
good.
month. Like it was
So good. Yeah. So that's that.
I
I didn't
win.
get to throw my boy Jano on there.
No, I mean that's just meme.
It's
Like
so sick. I think that's just such a
you pick
that's
Baby Shark over Jano. Just know you did that.
yeah,
Okay.
I know. I stand by it. It's go look up that video of the whole crowd just baby sharking it as Gerardo Parra. The absolute nothing nothing's gonna happen in this at bat, but you just
Right.
feel like it might because the whole crowd's got the shark going. It was
Yeah.
incredible. One of the coolest moments of the whole playoffs. I'm not even gonna go against that. Trying to think. Was it Heath Bell had a good one? It was ACDC, but I can't remember if it was Thunderstruck or Hell's Bells.
Trevor Hoffman knows Hell's Bells.
Ah, so it was Trevor Hoffman I was thinking of. Yeah, that's that. We didn't do Jordan's.
Oh,
Jordan's is cool. Yeah.
yeah,
The song itself, not so much, but like the actual like theatrics around it is super
yeah.
cool. And like realistically, we were one of the first teams to do like the theatrics like that. Like I know Edwin Diaz has like the song and everyone gets into it, but
And
like
the
the
camera
lights,
panning and
yeah, like with the lights and everything, and I think we were the the originators of that. Now like Baltimore's trying to do it, and I think Boston's got some lights, but
St. Louis did it with Helsley
do they?
because Helsley uses Hell's Bells too.
Oh, that's
Like
cool. Yeah. I guarantee there's one that I had in my head that I'm forgetting.
uh Irando Grichik, you can call me out. He used that shit.
I didn't know
Use
that.
Simon and
He also
Garfunkel.
used
Nelly.
yes, that was a good one.
Here comes
A
the boom.
little bit.
Oh, and a little bit too.
Yeah.
He just loved Nelly.
Mm-hmm. Uh, Breivik Valera had a good one.
Oh, his was great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I don't know the name of the song either, but that's fine.
I had it. I listened to it
Randy
today.
Johnson used "Welcome to the Jungle." Like,
Really? Are you looking up a list right now?
I am, yeah. I did get a couple off this list, but then like after a while, it's just
I
like,
didn't get it. I all straight out of my head, and I
well, that's
promise you,
fair because
Evan
I
Longoria has the best one of all time.
Tantric. I've never actually heard that song.
Mariano Rivera was good too. That was my
Yes,
1-2 easily.
yeah.
Uh,
Speaking of a player who wore 1-2, Jorge Soler to the San
he
Francisco
wore
Giants.
12.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you any player's number that's not on the Jays.
Cody
I can tell
Bellinger.
you a few. Cody Bellinger's what, 35?
Not anymore.
Nobody was.
He was 24.
Really?
Yeah.
All I know is he wore 35 in LA. He wore 24 on the Cubs?
Yep.
Lame.
Yeah, but Jorge Soler to the San Francisco Giants. It was 3 years, 42 million.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of Jays fans getting worked up about it.
I mean,
I don't think there's a fit.
like I said, it's not a fit now because you got Turner.
Mhm.
I think if you sign Chapman instead of Turner,
Mhm.
he's a fit. But
Yeah. Nate made a good point in the group chat. He said, would you rather have Soler at the deal he got or Teoscar at the deal he got? There wasn't a lot of
Teoscar was
1
1
year
year 20 something.
17, 20 something.
It was definitely in the 20s.
Either way, I'm every day of the week. I'm going Teoscar because I believe in Teoscar a little bit more, like all around as a hitter. And it's 1 year. So if something goes wrong in that 1 year, where it can very much go wrong with these power guys, I can walk away from him next year and I'm not worried about it. Whereas Soler, who has never played, like he doesn't play.
Yeah.
He's good when he's on the field, but like he's got 4 seasons or 3 seasons where he's played 100 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Teoscar was 1 year, 23 and a half.
23 and a half. Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah. So Soler has 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons of 100 games. He only has two that he's played more than 138.
That is crazy, especially as a guy that should primarily be DHing.
Mm-hmm. He played 162 one time and he hit 48 homers. So if you can keep him on the field, he's probably going to hit a shit ton of homers. But in saying that, he had 9 in 61 games in 2018. I don't know what that math adds up to, but I don't love it. It's just I don't trust Jorge Soler to be good for 3 years. I trust that Teoscar Hernandez is going to bang for a year.
It's fair.
Right?
And also, you can stick Teoscar out there and not have a minor heart attack.
Yeah, he's not
most
awful.
days, I'll say, because everybody likes to go back to that Minnesota game where he lost the ball in the sun. Like,
I don't love the reads he takes on fly balls. He's not a phenomenal outfielder. I never loved him here, but I trust him a hell of a lot more out there than I do Jorge Soler. Yeah. Do you have anything really to say on Soler? The Giants finally got someone. That's great.
yeah, I mean, they got him and Lee.
Yeah.
They're still looking at Chapman.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think they're the only team looking at Chapman, are they not? I haven't heard anything.
if it's, I think it's so weird. There's 3 teams that have still been linked to like all of the Boris guys. It's us.
We're one of them. Yeah.
The Giants and the Cubs. Like,
it's weird. I think that's why they're still on the boards because there's nobody else out there for them.
Yeah, of reasonable like.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yasmani Grandal to the Pirates.
Yeah, I just put that there because I didn't realize we didn't have any signings of note. So
no, not really. Eh? And then Jurickson Profar back to San Diego.
Yeah,
cool. Really, not much in terms of league news this week, eh?
No, which kind of like this is the point where we can now like in the league stuff we can transition to not talking about signings the majority of the time, and it's just this stuff happened and this stuff happened,
like actual news, or we don't have to talk about the league if there's nothing, which is great.
Which is great.
But there is because
there's a couple.
There is some things.
Yeah, first off, you want to start with the I'm not going to call it good news for the Blue Jays, but good news for the Jays or good news for baseball first, Brant?
Let's go with good news for baseball.
Good news for baseball because the A's are finally on the right side of history for something. We can shout out Jenny Cavnar. Jenny Cavnar has been announced as the A's primary play-by-play announcer, making her the first female primary play-by-play voice in MLB history.
Is she radio or TV?
No, this is TV. She'll be with Dallas Braden.
That was my question.
Yes, she will be with Dallas
because they fired the last guy because he said some shit.
Because he said the thing that you can't say after going to a certain museum. Like
I forgot that's what it was
in Kansas City. Like shout out to Chiefs. But yeah,
I forgot
that's
what it was that got him fired, and that was dumb.
Yeah, man,
very dumb on his part.
Like
yeah, okay, cool. That's fantastic for her.
Like I'm just now thinking about that again. Shout out to Jenny Cavnar because I don't want to bury this.
Awesome.
But like, dude, you just don't say that word without it being like kind of in your everyday language.
Yeah, that's not the first time you've ever
said
that.
You went to the Negro League Baseball Museum, sir, not the other name that you said. Come on. Like, why is it always?
I was so confused.
Right? Why is it in Kansas City?
I don't know, man.
Him, and the deep drive to left field by Castellanos.
Is that also in KC?
In Kansas City.
It's cursed, bro.
Dan Schulman, Buck Martinez, stay out of Kansas City.
No, Buck can go. I don't care.
No. No, I don't need Buck being closeted racist on my conscience.
How much fun would Dan and Ben be?
Yeah, but Ben's
We
not
also
Ben.
kind of glazed over the fact that Ben is now our full-time radio
Ben
guy.
Schulman, yeah, Ben Schulman is now the full time radio guy, just putting into radio news type. But really
The
big good thing for
we
Jenny Kavanaugh. Yep, shout out.
yes, awesome. That's great. Sorry, I didn't want to. We did kind of brush by this. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
First female primary play-by-play voice in MLB history. That's
Which
like
is
that's notable. It's awesome.
took us the year 2024,
I'm
but we did it.
shocked that it's the A's.
It's the A's of all teams.
They don't do
Like,
anything right.
no.
So that's cool. Yes, but doubling back to our own team. Shout out to the team of Nepo babies for having a Nepo baby as your radio play by play.
Like, I
Ben
hate
Shulman
that.
deserves it. He's fantastic, and
Yeah,
he earned
man.
the
I
shit
hate
out of
that
it.
that's just the image
But
for Ben
it's just
Schulman
really
now.
funny.
Is that he's just the Nepo baby that got it because his dad is Dan Schulman.
I don't think that's why. I think he's
But
great,
like, it's not.
but it
But
very
here's
much looks
another.
like on a
That's
team that
another.
has Vlad, Bo, Cavan, Varsho.
Had Guriel. Like,
And I'm pretty sure somebody else in the team has like an uncle somewhere in the league too. Like, it's rough.
That's my biggest issue with this whole thing is not 80. I'm gonna try and give them the benefit out. 80% of the people that are complaining and calling him a Nepo baby, you don't fucking listen to radio broadcasts anyway.
No, he's so yeah.
You don't listen to the radio broadcasts.
No.
So you're never gonna hear Ben Schulman. You didn't. No. You barely heard Ben Wagner. You heard Ben Wagner in those like goddamn highlight packages, like that MLB and the Blue Jays put out. You didn't actually listen.
I like Ben Wagner, but they don't need him.
No, they have. Like, it's the same thing with Tabby.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I didn't like Tabby as much though.
Okay, fine. For the people that
the same thing
Tabby,
as Mike Wilner,
like myself. That's no, that's
same
dude.
Thing.
Tabby is fucking light years beyond Wilner. But
no, I guess.
But like in the case of Tabby, you had Buck, you had like a Caleb Joseph, you have a Joe Siddle. Like
you can't have two old dudes.
Yeah,
right.
And you there's only catchers. You can only have catchers as your color commentary guy.
Yeah, it's Ben's earned it.
Ben
Schulman's earned it. Ben
Schulman.
Wagner's also done a fantastic job. I think he'll land on his feet somewhere. I don't.
Yeah,
it's not. We've already had this conversation because he got let go a while back, but
and like it
just kind of got brought back up.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited to hear Ben Schulman 4 times that I have to listen to the game on the radio this year because we're in an Apple TV game or something.
Yeah.
And outside of that, I probably won't hear him very much, but I heard he's great. And
I've heard him a bit. He's pretty good. Pretty good. So,
the last piece of news before we think of anything else
is
bad news for an AL East rival.
Gonna dunk on them birds real quick.
I do feel bad a little bit because I don't feel that bad.
No,
but I don't wish this upon anyone, but I don't feel that bad. Like they are without Gunnar Henderson right now because he has an oblique injury. John Means is behind.
Is behind a month, not like just behind. He's behind a month.
John Means
an elbow flare up after the postseason.
Yeah. Kyle Bradish has a right UCL sprain. Will open the 2024 season on the IL. The team, let me just clarify this. The team that had a fucking terrible rotation depth-wise to begin with is without their middle pieces.
So, like, Corbin Burns. Oh, boy.
That's his rotation, dude. That's it.
Rotation.
That is you now, man. This is where I was a little dicey on saying anything about the Orioles getting better is because something like this happens, and what the fuck you do if you're the Orioles?
The Orioles had almost everything go right for them last year. Like
they were like the best record in 1-run games. They just out-hit their problems.
They had a damn near historical closer for 5/6 of the season. Like
their pitching staff was like god awful, and they still found a way to win. I think their record in extras was like ridiculously good too.
I think they had apparently they had I think it was Josh Goldberg put it out, but they had less home runs than the Jays and a lower OPS and had 100 wins.
It makes no sense, but they found a way. I thought it would be interesting to see if they could repeat that before.
Mm-hmm.
But now that it's Corbin Burns,
Grayson
the
Rodriguez
big question mark in Grayson Rodriguez, and then
and
what? Dean
Dean
Kramer?
Kramer.
Uh-huh.
I was gonna
And
say, is Kyle Gibson? No, Kyle Gibson's in
he's
St.
gone.
Louis.
Yeah.
And DL Hall. Oh wait, no, he's
No,
gone.
he's gone.
Um,
I mean, they probably have some white dude named like Chad or
Jackson
Kyle or
Jackson Smithson,
yeah,
like
Addison McTavish or something that's gonna
yeah.
come up, long blonde hair and throw 100.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Pumping
trying to pull up the depth chart here.
for the
If you can tell me who their four starter right now is, I'll give you the
uh,
win on the draft.
it's not. Is it Mike Bauman?
It is not.
Ah,
They still have Bradish and Means in here, so I'm taking them out.
okay.
Did I say four or three? I said three, right?
No, you said four.
Ah, well. Either way, it was not four.
Because it would be it Burns. So it's Burns, Kramer, Grayson Rodriguez. And that's not Mike Bauman. Is it Bruce Zimmerman?
Nope.
I'm just going in the depths of my mind right now for 2020 like two Orioles. Austin Voth.
Nope.
Who the fuck is it?
They have Tyler Wells
Oh, I
and
completely okay. Tyler Wells.
Cole Swervin Irvin.
Tyler Wells was actually pretty good last year for the first half of the season.
Mm.
I think Grace Rodriguez just kind of stole his powers and then had a
Yeah.
they flip flop.
Tyler Wells had a 3.64 ERA with a .99 WHIP. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, but I think he had like innings issues and like stress or like wearing like not wear and tear, but like fatigue.
I apologize, Mr. Wells. I was unaware of your game.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. Seems quick.
Yeah, it was
It's
very
weird
quick.
when we have two of us, eh? Things just kind of fly by.
Yeah, I don't know how we used to do 2 hour episodes with the two of us.
Well, we had baseball to talk about, right? We really don't have much.
No, we did a Christmas episode that was 2 hours, Brant. With just the
Yeah,
two
but
of
that's
us.
like the off season. There's stuff. We're like in between the off season and the spring training right
Yeah,
now.
we're
Like
in
nothing's
the
really
the
happened.
1 to 2 week weird period.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
so.
Yeah. We will catch you next week.
Yeah.
There should be three of us. Or yeah. We have hot takes to do. We have predictions to do. We have awards to do. It's gonna be a bit of a longer one next week, I think. So we will get to that next week. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on everywhere you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you later.
Peace.
Cheers.